Turururupam. Oh, ya está alto el volumen ahí, ¿eh? A ver, vamos a regresar tantito. Por ahí. Bueno, a ver, ya estamos de regreso. Igual. Em, ¿qué iba a hacer ahorita? Ujú. Mm, sí molesta mucho tener todo grande, pero bueno. ¿Qué dice? Static content, JS. What else? The views. Oh yeah, the model. I forgot about the model. I'm going to create the model. So it's going to be a lot of refactoring today. So let's see. Let's recap quickly. Oh wait, before doing that, I need to. Oh, great. Please. No. No. Well, okay. And before I forget, today we are refactoring the project from a static website to the model view controller version of the website, basically. Model view controller is quite old. It's nothing new. I do like to apply classic concepts and principles for programming because one, they are battle tested, and second, they are most of the time they are as old as me or if not older. So I feel very comfortable that when I was growing up, these principles came up to be and they didn't die. Some of them are just evolving into the new scene of the industry, basically. Let's see. Okay, looks like it's working on. Looks like it's working. Okay. So, where we left off? Well, finishing the controllers. I wonder what this is. Let me see. Just take a look.
Let's try that out.
I think he's going mm, to refactor that one. I don't think I'm going to move that one because I don't really care at this point. For the photo 4 page, at this point, it's not really important. It's not high on the priority list anyway. Uh, yes. Wait, what? Oh, come on. Why? Wait, that was it? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be working on the model. Okay, he's managing everything with an array. And he's pushing values inside the array. And I guess he's using the post method to introduce data from some form, maybe. I don't recall because I'm not watching the entire course. But this chapter, I am actually watching it in its entirely, basically. Okay, models. Oh, there's a package JSON file. Well, that's just regular, so it's no product. Okay, a single entity. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It's up to me to design the model, actually. He's going to explore a construction function. Okay. Constructor functions. Okay. He's going to create a class. Okay, a class named Crud. I already know what a class is, so it's not a problem at this point. Okay. Okay, a constructor function. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So this is a constructor method in order to be able to initialize a product object from the product class with a given title. Okay. It's going to create a save method. Okay. Okay. It's a method. It's not a function actually. Oh, okay. The array still exists. It's just running on top basically. Okay. Okay. In order to retrieve the values from the array, he's going to create a fetch method, I guess. If I recall, he did create a fetch method. Fetch all, okay. It's an utility function. It's called on all functions. Okay. I wonder if this is basically the same thing as a static, there we go, as a static method that allows you to call the method directly from the class itself. You don't really need to create a new object just to call that method anyway. Okay, return these products. It's going to return the array, the entire array. Yeah, you don't need that anymore. You need to import the or create a product object. Okay. Okay, constant product. Mm-hmm. Okay. From the models folder. Okay. It's working in the controller. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't need to do that because the get fetch all. Okay, that's the class fetch all. That's a static method that can be called from without the need of instantiating a new object. Mm-hmm. Because that property doesn't exist anymore. I think. Yeah. Products. Oh, okay. Yeah. The array, yeah, is not local property from the product class, so it's its own instance. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. It seems complicated, but I get the difference between separating the model allows me to create more complex models. Mm-hmm. In the future, this course is going to teach me how to use a database instead of just an array. Okay. Okay, pause. I'm going to replicate this model here because it's very simple to do. It looks pretty simple, really. What's this? Okay, I guess. Oh yeah, it's fine. Just fine. Um, okay, so it seems pretty simple so far. Um, I am still on the model view controller branch over here. I wonder if I can. Let's just push everything. Yeah, okay. And there you go. Come on. There we go. Let's see if the server is running. No, it's not running. Okay, now it's running. And so here is the page. It's working properly. Everything seems to be working as intended. And now, what I'm going to do today is create a model. Now, my question will be, what am I going to build a model for? Um, I do have a couple of candidates. The first one is this element here, this how do you call it? This carousel will be my first candidate to allow me to use a model for, basically. It is my guess that in the future I may like to modify this carousel in an easier way, even allowing regular end users to actually add whatever content they want into the carousel without the need of me to come around and add this content to the page. So I'm not going to create a dashboard yet. That will come later. But what I'm going to build is the model to feed this carousel itself. So, oh wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but let's see. So, okay, everything seems to be working properly. So that will be the first candidate for the model. The second candidate will be these pages here. For example, this entire page is pretty similar to the next page here. They pretty much look the same, and maybe that's the only one. The others, uh, maybe I could create a model for this. It may be overkill, but as you can see, any place where you can actually encounter elements that seem to repeat themselves like this. See, This kind of elements, this could be removed, or maybe we say this at this point, these are static code basically. This content is static. This belongs to the views right now. But what if I create a JSON file containing the data required to add or remove personnel from this website? This could be a second place to what this will be the third candidate to create a model for. The first one will be the carousel model. The second one will be the I don't know, educational level model, because it's for these pages. And the third one will be the pillar model, or the employee list model, maybe the employee model, maybe. And that will be it, I guess. I will actually require myself to use a gallery model, because galleries are very complex objects, and I want to make an automatic generation of galleries. Just upload pictures to a bucket or to a remote folder, and allow JavaScript or Node to basically generate these galleries automatically from the folders, or perhaps just use a model to basically manage all the pictures here. Well, I don't have the endpoints yet, because I am waiting for me to be able to just uh, refer. Maybe I should import them as they are right now, because this looks really bad. Maybe I should create a gallery route file, and work from there, because this is not really a refactor. If I click on this and I don't see the pictures, that's not really a refactoring page, basically a refactoring. Well, it should be working just like the original website, like this. Let me show you here. If I go to the gallery page and I click one picture, I should be able to see this. It's probably a good idea to create a new branch today to basically refactor all of this, at least as a static code. I don't really like to duplicate work, but I already want to see this entire website running on the cloud. So as soon as I manage to refactor this, it's basically a copy pasta, and replacing certain elements. It's a work that needs to be done anyway, so why not? So this could be a very good example of how to implement a model, create this, or well, basically, I will ask myself, well, what information do I need to save in order to recreate this? Could be the title here, the subtitle, maybe the code for the link, that sort of thing. That could be one thing. Another thing will be the fact that not all of the slides are built the same. For example, this slide, if we inspect this slide over here, this slide in particular, let's see it. The code for this slide, you can barely see it, but this code is very, I can actually open here the view directly. I don't know why I'm trying to do that here. So this is basically, oh wait, no, it's no longer there. It's in the include folder carousel. There we go. So this is the actual file. And I do have the code for the last slide, I believe it is this one here. So this code is basically the code I'm using. All of this code is the last slide. It's basically the COVID-19 slide, informing the parents about the COVID and giving basically a message for the parents, basically. It's no longer updated. This should be changed, and it's going to be changed maybe today, more likely than not. But the fact is, all of this is static code, and sometimes I may like to say, you know what? Maybe I want to remove a specific slide, or maybe I want to add more slides to this without me needing to get in here and actually writing everything. You know what I mean? So I'm going to help myself, and I'm going to try to do this. Let's say, let's refactor again one of these slides as a using as a view, but using models. I'm going to leave all of this right now because I'm not working with the view at this point. Yet I'm going to build the model. I wonder what's the name of the file. Let me see. The folder is called models, plural. So I'm going to do that. Let's see here. There we go. So I do have a models folder now. This folder is going to help me a lot. I'm going to create a new file, a new JavaScript file inside this models folder. And this is going to be called, let's say, maybe the singular of a slide, maybe. Or carousel slide. Carousel dash slide. Just to be clear of what this file is going to contain, basically. .javascript. And here, I'm going to do just the same. I'm going to create an array like this. So this file, carousel slide, is going to contain, let's see, make it a little bigger. It's going to contain an array. What's the name? Products. It's going to be slides. Maybe carousel. Oh wait, I got a typo here. Carousel slides, maybe. That will be a good name, I guess. Carousel slides is going to be an empty array for what I gather. Yeah, why not? So this empty array is going to basically store the information I need for the slides. Now, next, he's going to export an entire class called product, because this is the product JS file. So in my case, I'm going to create just the same. I'm going to create an export, and it's going to what name? Wait a minute. He's actually writing module exports instead of just exports. Let me check something quick. Let me check something else. I'm getting a little bit confused over here. Let's see, controllers. There we go. How am I just exporting this? I think this is, let me see, because it's not wrong and it's actually working as intended. It's a property, yet pregunt. Okay, it's been exported as a property. So I wonder why he's using a different syntax for exporting here. I don't really like the lack of consistency. Oh, you cannot
part
listen
of
to
what
that. There we go.
defines the app. Now, how does this model look like? This is totally up to you in the end. You can define this in whichever way you want. You can, for example, simply export a constructor function here. So a function which I name product.
Maybe that's an abbreviation. I'm not sure. Exports class. Look at this. There we go. Oh, it's module exports. Okay, so it is a difference. There is a difference there. Module exports temperature equals temperature. Okay. There we go. It's exporting things down here. So you can actually export several things from a single file. That's actually very useful. And here he's exporting a function, I believe, favorite author, and get book recommendations. That's another export. And favorite book. What is favorite book? Oh, it's an okay. It's favorite author. That's a JavaScript object. He's sharing a function and another function. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. So I actually need that one. Let me check something really quickly because he didn't explain it there because maybe he didn't feel like he needs to explain it. Adding
folder,
controllers.
and then I go into the controllers folder, and then I pick that products file. So now products control,
It's just exports.
and this is what we do. We get the .js controller, and maybe we even split that code here, basically. Link to this
Okay.
function, and we want to link there from inside our route. So here we basically want to add a link to this controller function here. So therefore, what do we need to do? We need to export this function in the product controller file. And we can do this, and we'll have multiple exports by using exports and then any name of our choice.
Okay.
Remember, with this syntax, we can have multiple exports in one file easily. So here,
okay.
I will now.
It seems like with this syntax, you can have several exports on a single file easily. That's the main reason, as he said. So let's just continue doing the things as he's doing them. So let's see. Adding a product model. So here,
By move towards.
there we go. So that's the code for the model. Model.exports and then equals a class and the name of the class, and then I open and okay, so export dot model equals, oh no, wait, it's model dot exports. I'm sorry. Exports. And now you're equal to what? To a class in this case. And how am I going to call it? Carousel slice maybe. It should be with an uppercase. Yes. Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. And that should be my code. It's going to create a constructor method that is going to require the data I need for this. So I guess constructor T, constructor, and he's using the initialization method with a single parameter. I guess, I don't remember how, but I guess you can create several different constructors and even chain them one to another in order to reuse a constructor that is a subset of the previous constructor or a superset of the previous constructor. What that means is basically I can create this maybe T, just like he did. This is my block for the method, and he's using the keyword this in order to choose the current object of this class. Okay, so in a similar fashion, this title is going to be equals T, and this should allow me to create a single slide with a title at least. What else? Well, that's more than enough for the constructor. The title should be the only thing that should be mandatory to include during the creation of the slide. So at this point, I think that is okay. So let's basically just copy this code. It says save, and I'm going to save on the products, or may we say the name of the array on top. And let's push this. This entire object should be pushed up there. But let's do that. Why not? So here, wait, did he left spaces? No. There we go. Let's make a say method. It doesn't return anything, I believe. And it doesn't ask for a parameter. And basically just push into the array. Okay. Carousel slide dot push. And just push the entire object into the array. And the static method fetch all is just going to return the array of products. In my case, fetch all slides, or fetch all basically. Fetch all. Well, yeah, just keep the name. It's the same. Doesn't really matter that much. And just for the sake of consistency, return the array. In this case, is carousel slides. Oh, there we go. And that's it, I guess. And this is the model, actually. This is the actual model. Nevertheless, I'm not using this yet. In the example provided by the course, this man created a form, an HTML form, and an endpoint with the post method in order to push values inside this empty array. But I don't have that yet because the entire website is static. But what if we watch the next video and save the data in a JSON file? Because I believe that's the next video. At this point, it should be working like that. Let me see if I need to rework something else.
It's a file.
Let's see.
And therefore,
He's removing
Need that
data, but
anymore.
I don't need to do that.
so that I got no products array related logic left in this file. Instead, I will now import my class by adding a new constant, product, and you can name this however you want, but the convention is to use a capital starting character for classes.
Okay.
And in the end, we do just import this class, so I will add the capital character in this controller file too. And I do import the class by requiring this from the models folder from that product.js file.
Okay, I need to do this on the controller in order to be able to make calls to the, or create instances of the class. So let's open the static content controller. And here on the top, let's say importing the model. And here, he just creates a new constant. And he's calling it product. So I could do the same, but let's say carousel slides with the first letter uppercase. And now require, and I'm going to say dot dot to level up one level, then controllers, then no wait, it will be model, then carousel slides. So this should be the file that I'm going to be importing here. Okay, importing the model, and this is the model. Okay, I'm not using it though. It's not being used yet.
With that
Okay.
added, in post add product, I will now create a new object based on this class blueprint. And that is what
Okay.
classes are in the end. They are blueprints. So I will create a new product, a local constant, with new product. And there I will pass request body title. And that simply takes the title I have here as a name on my input, which is submitted.
Okay.
With this, we create a new product based on our class. Now there's one additional thing that needs to be done though. I want to save that. And I can do that by calling product save. This will use that save method we defined, and it will therefore, for now, push that onto this array.
Okay.
Now, with that, in get products, I also want to fetch all products. So I will create a new local constant products. And now I will use that static method because I don't want to create a new product where I would have to set up some dummy title because I don't create a product
Yeah.
here. Instead, I
It
just
doesn't
want
need
to
to
use
create one.
product and call fetch all. And this should give me all the products. And now I have my products here. And if I save this, it should now work. If I go back and I reload this page, I get cannot read property length. That makes sense because fetch all returns this product, which is incorrect.
Ah,
It should
okay.
just return products because we are returning this array, not some local property of this class. There is no products property. So after fixing this and removing this down there, now if I reload this, this works. And if I now try adding a first book, this again works, now using a model. And whilst this might look more complicated right now, and it certainly is because we're just using our dummy storage here, this is great once you really got more complex models with more fields, with more methods, and where you don't store them in some random array,
Okay.
but where you got the whole database connection logic and
Nice.
so on too. You then put that all into your
And
model,
that's the
and
end
you
of the
don't have to
video,
care about it
I guess.
in your controller. And let's
Now,
actually
storing
simulate this
data in
by moving
files
away.
via the model. This should be interesting.
So let's make sure we can save our product to a file. And
Although, you know what? I don't have an endpoint to basically save data from the front end because in this example here, it doesn't have an authentication system set up. So he just created an endpoint, and I'm not going to create an endpoint publicly and allow people that I don't know to be able to upload pictures and text into the carousel. That will be very irresponsible on my part. What I'm going to do is continue this because I need to do a couple of things. More than storing data, I actually need to fetch the data from the model into the website. And that's the part that comes on the next video. But I'm going to watch this. I'm going to see I'm going to rewatch these couple of videos because they are very. I do remember them being quite long, and this one is 10 minutes, the next one is 4 minutes, and I don't want to be streaming this uh I just because for obvious reasons, and I'm not going to be coding right now. I'm going to be rewatching this for the fifth time because one thing is watching the thing and not doing anything, just watching, and the next thing is you know what, I need you to watch the video, and then right after that build the tool or the product that you want to code. That's a very different thing. And most of the time, these courses that I tend to work on, I do watch them several times and on close to its entirety, basically, because this is not a movie, this is not a TV series that you can just watch once and get the hang of it. Um, this is basically a class, an introduction to some concept, and internalizing this is very important for me. So I'm going to close the stream right now. I'm going to rewatch the entire thing, maybe do off camera a couple of tests, and then I'm going to be back later and actually keep working on the model and gathering data from a file. That's my end goal for today.